Keith, and a warm welcome to all of you this afternoon as we honor our 2025 Breithaupt Hall of Fame induction class of Will Benson, Derek Cox, Eric Cox, Blake Gilligan, Tyler Gilligan, Keller Harper, Hannah Morgan, Caroline Welsh, Rankin Woolley, and Mark Cupworth, and member of class of 2024, Matt Lenati. It's a pleasure to be here today with all of you as we honor those who have brought great distinction to themselves and to their alma mater. Over the last year and a half, I've had the opportunity to listen and learn from many within our community. There are many of whom have generously shared their time and insights to help me understand the history, the legacy, and stories of this uncommon place and the people who've helped shape it. Through many conversations and interactions, I quickly learned that excellence is around every corner here at Westminster. From the dedicated faculty and staff to the families we attract and the students we help shape. Wildcats are curious, they're driven, committed, intelligent, and hardworking. It's part of who we are. It's in our DNA. Today, we're privileged to celebrate some of those very people. The Breithaupt Athletic Hall of Fame is named after Charlie Breithaupt, a longstanding head of the upper school. Established in 1972, this Hall of Fame recognizes outstanding athletic accomplishments at Westminster. It serves as a fitting tribute to our distinguished Hall of Fame athletes and this year's inductees, highlighting the importance of athletics and athletic achievement. We're fortunate to be joined by some of our distinguished Hall of Famers who have come to share in the celebration of our current inductees this evening. I'd like to ask them to please stand and be recognized. Thank you for being here and for contributing to our excellence. You've set a standard and an example for all of our student athletes, inspiring us daily. As a former student athlete and coach who spent the last 2 decades in and around athletics, I'll never forget my high school coach saying to me as a young freshman beginning my journey in sport, "Leave the jersey in a better place." As athletes and citizens, we stand on the shoulders of those who came before us. The foundation was tirelessly built so that those who came next could reach new heights. This feels particularly relevant today as we honor the careers and accomplishments of Matt, Will, Derek, Eric, Blake, Tyler, Keller, Hannah, Caroline, Rankin, and Mark, and hear their stories of how athletics at Westminster helped shape their lives. We're reminded of the impact of athletics in the lives of young people, the beauty of the process, the power of putting team before self, and the classroom that is sport. While we're paying tribute to our inductees, we're also celebrating Westminster athletics, teammates, coaches, teachers, and families. We're celebrating community. We're celebrating excellence around every corner. So let's get to it. Let's share the stories and illustrate the accomplishments of our inductees. Let's start with our first inductee, Matt Lenati, class of 2008. Matt Lenati, class of 2008, is a member of the 2024 Athletic Hall of Fame class, but elected to be inducted this evening. A standout athlete at Westminster, Matt earned 3 letters in football, 4 in swimming, and 3 in lacrosse, culminating in the 2008 Senior Male Athlete Award. He was a key player on the football team, serving as a 3-year starter and earning All-State, All-City, and All-Region honors in 2007. After graduating, Matt continued his athletic career at Harvard University as a 4-year letter winner in football. He later joined the Navy, completed medical school in San Antonio, Texas, and is now a PGY5 orthopedic surgery resident at Emory University with plans for a spine fellowship. Let's hear from some of Matt's presenters.
Matt Lenati is a leader, and his leadership abilities and qualities started when he was about 8 years old.
I knew, when Matt came into our program as a sophomore and started for 3 years, that he was different and he was special and he was going to contribute to this society and do great things.
As he got older and better at both swimming and football, he wasn't ever ready to give one of those up. So he would play a full season of football and then come out and join us in the pool when that fall season wrapped up. And those are 2 very different skill sets. Matt actually broke the 100 breaststroke record that had been on the board since 1983. So in 2008, he was looking way back and took down a record that was really old.
And I wish Pete Higgins was here today to be able to speak on Matt Lunati. And you think about Pete Higgins was here since 1960, the years he was here, the number of athletes he coached on the swim team, but he loved Matt Lunati. And he loved the fact that Matt went from football right to swimming. Then he went on to lacrosse in the spring. Three-sport athlete that went on to play college football and now as a doctor. To me, that's the consummate professional that we're looking for at a school like Westminster, or any school for that matter. Those are the kind of kids you want to look back on and say, hopefully you had an impact on them.
Matt, congratulations on your acceptance into the Westminster Athletics Hall of Fame. Well deserved.
Thank you for everything you did for our football program and all the contributions you made to our success over the years. I'm so proud of you. You would never bring attention to yourself. So I'm so excited that we here at Westminster can recognize you for all your contributions throughout your high school career. Really proud of you.
Please welcome Matt to the podium for his induction and remarks.
That is a huge honor, and honestly, weird to get that much attention. Don't really like it. It makes me feel very uncomfortable. But class of 2025, thanks for letting me crash your party. And I want to thank everyone that organized the event. I want to thank all my coaches and all the sporting events and all the practices and teaching me about hard work, dedication, time management, loyalty. So many characteristics of who I am today is because of that. Specifically, Jan Allen, you've known me since I was like 7 or 8 years old. Something that always stuck out to me about Jan was she would say, if you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't. Thanks to Coach Romberg, to hear him say he's proud of me is like he still scares me, so it feels really weird to hear him say that. But he always taught us about pride and about poise and about team and how that gives you the edge over everyone else. And then Pete Higgins. I'm going to wrap this up because I'm going to get a little too emotional. But he always told me that the champions of the world see what they want to happen, and the losers of the world see what they don't want to happen. And that man has probably had the biggest impact on my life, more than less than my father. And losing him was a loss to all of us. He's an amazing man, and I wouldn't be up here and wouldn't have accomplished really anything in my life. Well, not really, but a lot of things in my life without him. But this is a huge honor, and I feel very, very grateful for the school and the sports and everything about it. So thank you.
Congratulations, Matt. A dual sport athlete in basketball and baseball, Will Benson earned 4 letters in basketball, where he was a captain and averaged an impressive 18 points and 11 rebounds per game in his senior year. His accolades include multiple All-State honors and recognition as Region Player of the Year. In baseball, he shined as a 3-year starter, helping the Wildcats to a state championship in 2016. Will signed with Duke and eventually became a first-round MLB draft pick in 2016, the only Westminster player to achieve that feat. Now currently playing for the Cincinnati Reds, Will exemplifies the character and work ethic that Westminster values. Let's hear from some of Will's presenters.
I think Will stood out as a student athlete. He was self-motivated. He started 7th or 8th grade, and we always had him in sports from the time he was 7. And so that was a part of his educational experience, to be the best at whatever he did, and he represented the school well. Made the varsity team as a freshman, and he was mostly arms and legs, and I guess they were going for a loose ball or a rebound during a varsity game here, and his own teammates that would come over from from football, playing basketball, were going for that rebound, and Will got plastered. And if you would imagine that, he was like SpongeBob going up against the wall. They had to peel him off the wall. And that was his aha moment that I need to get into the weight room. And so we had a laugh that night, but Will learned from that. It was pretty funny for us.
He was probably one of the most goal-oriented young men I've ever met. Had a clear vision of what he wanted to achieve, set the goals around that vision, and then knew the steps that he needed to take to achieve those goals.
One of his first games up with the varsity as a young, soon-to-be great player. We played an out-of-conference game at home, I think against maybe Mount Perrin, who was terrific. I thought we might be a little overmatched. We played terrifically that day and ended up actually run-ruling them to win. Will hit 9th that day. It was one of his first games with the varsity, and the game ended when Will hit a walk-off grand slam, I believe. But as a young guy and the 9-hole hitter, he hit a ball up into and over the lights in right field and over Nancy Creek. And I think it just kind of blew everybody's minds that were there, and was certainly a sign of things to come.
The scouts would come in droves, watch Will, and document every single move. His performance and how he carried himself during that time was just incredible. A lot of pressure for a young person, knowing what was at stake. He's a special human being, and he handled it all with grace and purpose. Graduated from here and got drafted.
And as much as I could tell stories all day about the things Will did on the baseball field and with the baseball, I'm appreciative of all the things he did for us as a team and for Westminster as a school community. He is more impressive as a phenomenal person and a great family, humble, again, a tremendous friend and teammate who just did such a wonderful job of bringing folks with him.
Will is a legacy inductee. That's what we're calling him, because his aunt, my sister, was inducted in 1988 for basketball. And I was inducted for basketball in 2010. And now Will is being inducted for 2 sports this year. And we're so proud of you again, Will. It's just glad that you're going to be up on the wall and where everybody can see, and you've represented so well. And also, you'll hear also from some of the other inductees, it's very special that Will was also a champion, a state champion in baseball that year. And rarely does it happen where you get the class of 2016 had a football state championship and a baseball state championship. And that is a great accomplishment. And for it to happen in the same year, that may not be duplicated for a while. So again, we're very happy for you and very proud of you.
Congratulations on this honor. I love you, brother, and it's been one of the joys of my life to see you play baseball and work on the craft. And
Will, it's been my privilege to have had the opportunity to travel at least a little bit alongside of you on your journey. But more importantly, it's been an honor and a blessing for me to get to know your family and you the way that I do, and the relationships that we've built. And as I always say, I love you, and I love the Benson family. Your induction into the Westminster Hall of Fame is the fruit of your labor, and it's a testament to you as a student, you as an athlete, but more importantly, you as a person. Congratulations.
Will, I just wanted to finish by congratulating you on your induction into the Hall of Fame at Westminster. Certainly well-deserved. It's been really fun for me to think back and remember some of these stories. A wonderful time for me in my professional life, and I can imagine fun for you to reminisce. And I'm so excited for you to be honored and acknowledged by the greater Westminster community for all you did for the school and continue to do. So congratulations.
Please welcome Will to the podium for his induction and remarks.
Go down a bit. Well, first, I want to thank God. I'm really grateful just for the people that are in here. Thankful for this opportunity to be in the presence of you all. I'm extremely honored and blessed. First, I got to thank my parents. I want to thank you guys for the sacrifices that you guys made. For me to attend this school in the first place, I know was an extreme challenge. It's not easy, but the hard work that you guys displayed was put into my bones, into my blood to give back to you guys in an extreme way. And I'm very grateful and honored that hopefully this moment is something that you guys can look back on your lives and just really thank God for it. I have to thank my coaches. You guys are a huge part, a huge role in why I'm standing up here today. Have to give a very special thank you to two coaches because in my heart I must speak first to Coach Malloy. You really helped me understand what it meant to be a leader. You put me in an amazing role at such a young age, right? Being a freshman coming in, I didn't really back down to anyone, but you gave me the avenue and the tools to really lead early, and so I really understood what it meant to lead with poise and to lead with confidence. And I must also thank Coach Laney. Coach Laney, you know from the bottom of my heart, all those days that we worked extremely hard. Same thing, I'm not gonna get emotional. I won't do it. But Chad, you know the effort that you put forth. Second to my father, of course, but you are a second father figure to me when it came to this game and when it came to being a high school kid just trying to get drafted. My dad, I love you to death, man, but you didn't know much about baseball, and I knew it. I knew it. We all knew it. But I could confide in Chad in certain regards. And I'm just very, very thankful to God that he blessed me with you so that we could really look back again on life and just smile, at the fruits that God gave us. So want to just stand up here and congratulate again my fellow classmates. What an honor. This is just a small testament to the hard work and the dedication that you all accomplished. And this is only the beginning. This is a small feat in the many, beautiful things that you guys are going to do in your lives. So I'm honored to share the stage with you guys. Yeah.
Congratulations, Will. Derek Cox was an exceptional multi-sport athlete, excelling in swimming throughout his middle and upper school years. As a middle school record holder and four-time USA Swimming Zones champion, he continued to dominate in high school, setting multiple school records in events like 50 free, 200 IM, and 100 fly. He was a three-time state champion and even qualified for the 2016 Olympic trials in the 200 fly. At Princeton, Derek was a four-year varsity swimmer and a three-time Ivy League champion. His leadership and dedication not only propelled his teams to victory, but also inspired future athletes. He remained engaged with the program even after graduation, offering support and encouragement. Today, Derek is a corporate banking associate at Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation in New York City. Let's hear from some of Derek's presenters.
Derek Cox is one of the best leaders we've ever had here. He began his swimming career in the middle school, and he pretty much, along with his brother, rewrote the entire record board
He's easily one of the best 5 male swimmers to ever come through this school. I haven't been on the coaching staff since 2017, but at least as of then, you would have found his and his brother's name in the top 5 times for every single event that we swim.
A lot of times when swimmers come through, they keep moving forward, which is understandable. But I've never seen somebody look back and care so much about a program that they were a part of as Derek.
What I really admired about Derek, especially as he became a junior and a senior, is he was able to put his ego aside and focus on what his teammates needed. And he had his events he preferred, and he had his events that he was better at, even though he was really good at everything. But he didn't care. He just told us, put me where the team needs me. That was rare. More of the swimmers tend to be like, no, this is my event. You're going to put me in this event. And Derek was like, nah, where you need me.
Derek Cox, congratulations to you on being named into the Westminster Athletics Hall of Fame. You deserve it.
Derek, I think it would have been very easy for you to have been arrogant, and you weren't. You were humble, you were caring, you were thoughtful and considerate, and you truly embodied the core values that we hope to see from a Wildcat.
Please welcome Derek to the stage for his induction remarks.
Hi, everyone. I want to thank Coach Rob, Coach Jan for their wonderful words. And I just want to take this time to kind of reflect on how Westminster Swimming and Diving shaped my life. And when I saw the swim team earlier, I kind of spoke on this. Sharon, you were there. She's the new coach. But I think one thing that's really special about Westminster Swimming and Diving is it really helps you invest in other people. And I think Rob really touched on that in his remarks. And it's, when we're still swimming before Westminster, my brother and I, we were on a smaller team. We're playing an individual sport, and oftentimes it can really feel that way in individual sport. So Westminster Swimming and Diving was our first introduction in team athletics. And I think Westminster was probably the greatest place we've ever been able to do it. And it's because of the people that we were able to do it with. Obviously there's the legend, late Pete Higgins. He was a legendary coach. He drove a lot of people to join the swim team, but it was really people like Coach Jan and Coach Rob who kept people on the team. And I think it's because they do an incredible job really investing in every single student athlete there. And one thing that made me realize is it really wanted me to kind of emulate the kind of mentorship and guidance that they provided. And, even though I was swimming year-round on a different club team, so I wasn't at Westminster School workouts daily, every time I would go, it was a wonderful environment because Coach Jan, Coach Rob, they really fostered that kind of environment. And, I will say there was a point in time where I was burnt out, probably would have quit swimming at some point. But I think it was really coaches like Jan and Rob who really create that environment to really love this sport for just the action of doing the sport, but for the people that you do it with. That really helped me continue in the sport and also continue meeting new people, people including my fiance who I met through swimming in college. And because of people like that, I think what makes the swim team really special, but also Westminster in general very special. And I want to thank Westminster for making this happen, Shannon for putting this together, all the coaches that that I had the pleasure of being an athlete for. Most of them are still here. I got the pleasure of talking to Coach Jones earlier today. I used to do track and field as well. I haven't forgotten about my time doing that. It was awesome. So just wanted to, get that straight. I guess funny story about Coach Jones. I was doing the 300 hurdle once at a at a track meet, and I had destroyed my personal best by 2 seconds. And 2 seconds in track and field. 2 seconds in swimming is a lot, but 2 seconds in track and field is a lot, even more. And so I come through the line. I'm like, Coach Jones, did you get my time? And he's like, 46:94. What? What list? I'll see you in my office tomorrow. But yeah, thank you to all my coaches that helped me shape me into who I am. I would like to thank my parents as well for all the sacrifices that they've made. Was not expecting that. I know it was difficult, all the sacrifices that you've had to make to put both me and Eric through Westminster. But without that opportunity, I wouldn't have been able to meet the people that I have and have all the wonderful opportunities that have put me into the position that I'm in today. So thank you, everyone, and go Cats, go Class 2016.
Congratulations, Derek. Now let's recognize Eric Cox, also from the class of 2016. Eric was a standout athlete, particularly in swimming, where he had held multiple varsity records in events like the 100 free and 200 free. He earned GHSA podium finishes and was recognized as a USAS top 10 swimmer in the 4x200 freestyle relay. Eric was not only a talented swimmer, but also a dedicated leader, serving as a co-captain at Columbia University, where he continued to excel in the pool as a 4-year varsity member. Beyond athletics, he completed a Bachelor's of Science in Intelligent Systems from the School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. Eric is now a software engineer at Bloomberg LP in New York. Let's hear from some of Eric's presenters.
Really, I knew early on that things were going to be awesome for Eric. He could swim any event, mainly loved the freestyle events, but did anything we asked. Super focused on team. And sometimes when you're so good, it's easy to get focused on what you're trying to accomplish. Not true with Eric. This guy was always looking at what can I do for my team and how can I make everybody around me better.
What I really remember about Eric is one of, if not the oldest school records that hadn't been broken yet, and it was the boys' 100-yard freestyle. And he took that down, and that was a huge moment just for him, for the program. Even the gentleman who had set the record way back before was there to see it and was just having a great time seeing that happen. Wanting to recognize Derek and Eric are individuals and not just lump them together as twins, but it's the same for both of them. We would go to Macaulay right before Thanksgiving every year for an invitational. We would leave super early Saturday morning, get back late Saturday night, if not early Sunday morning. But we had a tradition where we would stop at the Cece's Pizza in Dalton, Georgia on the way back. And it was always kind of gross how much the kids could eat. But Derek and Eric took it to such an absurd level, you couldn't help but just sit there in awe of the amount of pizza they consumed.
Eric, congratulations to you on being named to the Westminster Athletics Hall of Fame.
It was a true privilege to get to work with you. You helped me be a better coach, a better teacher, and just a better person. And I really appreciated seeing not just your talent, but the work ethic and drive you brought to the pool. So thank you for that.
Please welcome Eric to the stage for his inductions and remarks.
Yeah, so thank you everyone so much. And first and foremost, congratulations to my fellow inductees. Go class of 2016. I know this is insane that we have so many people from our class. I think is a testament to just how good we are and like the product of what came before us. So thank you everyone. But yeah, like, back in the day, seeing those names on the glass every day and being added to the list now of the tradition of excellence, of athletic excellence here at Westminster, I think is a huge honor. And when I first walked through the gates in sixth grade, I came in with an ambition whose fulfillment seemed to be promised to be guaranteed. And standing here right now, I can say that Westminster has and continues to over-deliver on that promise. I think I can speak for all of us when I say that Westminster gave us not only the immense courage to fail, but also the audacity to demand more and the most of ourselves, and most importantly, the community that fosters and celebrates those successes. And I want to share like two key moments in my athletic career here that sort of illustrate these points and the camaraderie. As my brother mentioned before, like we're being inducted in swimming, but one of our most cherished times here at Westminster was on the track and field team. And one key moment was, yeah, we were talking about it earlier. We're debating what meet it was, but whatever it was, like the meet was like really close, and we needed every point we could get. And at that point, like I already ran the 1600-meter run, got some points, but one of the coaches actually gave me the go-ahead to not do the race because I was like really sick. Like I was sick like a dog. But so I was actually just under the bleachers, like just kind of like passed out, just trying to feel better for the bus ride home because I wasn't even thinking about a 3200-meter run. Like I was trying to get home, you know what I'm saying? But but then Coach Jones, he came over where I was under the bleachers, right? And like from his perspective, he was just probably thinking like, yo, like we need these points. Like I need that boy to run. But like the way he he was able to like speak to me in a way that guided me to be able to see how I can exceed my own expectations. And in the end, he actually like convinced me to run. But it turned out for the best because like it wasn't glamorous, but I actually ended up winning the race and got some points. So Coach Jones, you're right. Shout out, Coach Jones. The second experience was in swimming, and it was the freshman year, my first metros. It was the 200 free relay, and I was like, I guess like it's freshman year, you're new, and then Coach Jan and Coach Rob actually decided to put me on the anchor leg. And I was like, let me tell y'all, I was terrified. Like, I actually cried. Like, Coach Katie, she was a teammate with us, and she was there too, so she probably remembers this. But I broke down crying. At insult to injury, I got ran down by like the Marist anchor, who on top of that wasn't even like a full-time swimmer. He was a football player. So like that hurt a lot. But like those two experiences like really demonstrates like the willingness that the community of Westminster has to put us through uncomfortable situations, to continually strive to maximize and continue our growth, and not only as athletes, but also as individuals. And for that, I would most definitely not be here today. And I would like to thank, all the teachers here, first and foremost. They were, integral part of being a student athlete at Westminster. And also all the members of the athletic staff that were very instrumental to my development, from track and field, Coach Jones, Coach Cutbirth even, and also in swimming, Coach Jan, Coach Rob, and also not here today, but Coach Pete Higgins, who tutored the very best before us and after us, and also all the other, coaches. I had the pleasure of being coached. And, I've met so many coaches like Coach Laney, Coach Wild. Like, I could go on and on. Like, I had the very best time here, and I cherish like every moment. And I am just honored to have my name just added to the long list of the tradition of excellence here. Thank you very much. And I will take all these moments with immense pride, like forever. So thank you.
Congratulations, Eric. Next, we have Blake Gilligan, also from the class of 2016. A versatile athlete, Blake earned 3 letters in football, where he played as a punter and kicker, contributing to the 2015 3A Football State Championship. His exceptional skills earned him multiple All-State honors, including recognition from the AJC and GACA. He went on to receive a football scholarship to Penn State, where he became a 4-year starter and is currently a punter for the NFL's Arizona Cardinals. In addition to his football success, Blake was a decorated soccer player, earning 4 letters and accolades such as Best Defensive Player and a selection for the D-Varsity Soccer All-Star Game. Let's hear from his presenters.
Back before even Blake started kicking, Walt, Blake's dad, and I did a recruiting information session together the spring before their sophomore year. Try to stay calm about your kid. The expectations too high, too low. Everything you do in the recruiting process takes time, and just be patient with it. Fast forward to after a fall camp, I stopped Walt and I said, "Walt, we got to talk. We got to talk." He said, "What's going on?" I said, "Blake's got a chance to be like in the pros. This dude's unbelievable." And he's like, whoa, wait a minute. You just told all these parents to relax and not worry about it. You're going to get over jealous about their kid. And here you are talking about him going to be D1, this scrawny kid. How do you know that? And we laugh about that to this day, how I tell all the parents to relax and calm down. And we knew Blake was going to be special, at that early time.
Kind of the cut to the chase with Blake was, our state championship year in 2015. A lot of our success was due to Blake Gilligan, through his punting, through his kicking, his field goals. Obviously, Blake went on to a stellar career at Penn State. He then was the punter for the New Orleans Saints, and now has moved on in his second year as the punter for the Arizona Cardinals.
But Blake also excelled in 3 different sports, and each sport had a different role for him, but he always seemed like he was enjoying himself and having a good time. I never felt that my sport was less than any of the others, and I don't think any of them felt that as well, because he just truly was all in whenever he was playing.
Blake, I just wanted to congratulate you on being inducted to the Westminster Athletic Hall of Fame. So very proud of you for all your accomplishments at Westminster. But more importantly, how you have given back to all the kids that look up to you every summer in the weight room, coming in and spending time with the kids, going out on the field and working with our punters and kickers.
Even though I still have to buy your lunch every time you come in town, I know that kills you, but I buy your lunch every time you come in town, even though you're now a professional athlete. Congratulations. It's so well deserved for you to be in the Hall of Fame.
I'm so excited to see how successful you have become in the NFL, but through all of that, you have kept such a humble approach to how you handle yourself, and you're just so incredibly selfless and so giving, and so just balanced in how you live your life.
Your family has been a big part of my Westminster experience throughout the years, and I've been proud to see you grow in college and now professional, and I'm just really proud to be able to say that I was part of the story of you here at Westminster.
You represent Westminster in our program with incredible integrity and dignity, and I can't say enough about how much you've done for our program, and I'm really, really excited for you to have this accolade placed on you. Really proud of you, Blake.
Due to his NFL commitments, Blake could not be here tonight with us. Let's welcome him by way of video this evening.
Hi, everyone. I can't begin to tell you what an incredible honor this is. Being inducted into the Athletic Hall of Fame for both football and soccer is a surreal moment I will cherish forever. The foundation that Westminster provided for me, athletically and academically, is something I am very grateful for. First, I want to congratulate all the other inductees on this unbelievable accomplishment. Nothing would make me happier than to be there with you today to celebrate your achievements. But I really like my job, and they pay me more than Coach Romberg did when I was punting for him, so I hope you understand. I'm truly thankful for everyone that had a hand in my success, because there's no path to where I am today without contributions from so many different people. I'd like to start by recognizing my brother Tyler, all-state defensive end, 4-year starting long snapper at Northwestern, and now a doctor. My twin brother's a Hall of Famer, and truthfully, I wouldn't be one without him either. You always made me better, bro, and I'm so proud of you. To my mom and dad, thank you for blessing me with a strong and coordinated right leg. Just kidding. But really, none of this is possible without you. Thank you for setting firm expectations, holding me accountable, and for always believing in me. I love you both so much. I really want to thank Coach Romberg, Coach Wild, and Coach Sterniolo for their influence on my football career and for their support over the last 10 years. A lot of teams preach the word family, but the Westminster football program truly was one. There's no 2015 state championship without the environment that you guys created. I also want to thank Coach Snyder for his investment in me as a soccer player. Spring was my favorite season at Westminster because unlike football and basketball, where I watched the majority of the game from the sideline, I was usually on the field the entire game. For that reason, the Penn State coaches weren't exactly thrilled about my soccer career, and for a second, I considered not even playing that final spring. That would have been something I regretted forever. Finally, I want to thank Coach Lugas for even allowing a kicker to use the weight room in the first place, and for not abolishing the Iron Cat weightlifting competition after I won the trophy. But seriously, you prepared me to handle the grind of college football, and I'm grateful for all you've done for me both athletically and personally. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I wish I could be there to enjoy it with you. And good luck to the team tonight. Go Cats.
We are sending our congratulations to Blake in Arizona. Now let's introduce our next inductee, Tyler Gillikin, class of 2016. A key player in football, Tyler earned 3 letters and served as team captain, leading his team to the 2015 3A football state championship. His standout performance earned him multiple honors, including AJC, All-State, and All-Region recognition as a defensive end. Tyler received a football scholarship to Northwestern University, where he made his mark as a long snapper and became the only medical student in graduate school to play Division I football during his time there. He is now set to continue his residency at Duke University. Let's hear from some of Tyler's presenters.
I met Tyler Gillikin in my first year at Westminster, which would have been 2013. And from the moment I met him through the present day, he has an integrity that is, it characterizes him as a human being and him as an athlete.
I think the most important thing about Tyler was how he was a captain for us, but no matter what you ask him to do, he was always doing the right thing.
When I close my eyes and think about that football state championship team, there's more than one name that comes to mind, but in terms of the name that defined the character of that team, it's hard to think of anybody else before Tyler Gillikin.
Tyler did anything he could do to make the team successful, was a true team leader, was a captain. The rest of the team looked up to him. They followed him. He was kind of the player on our team that galvanized our program throughout his junior and senior year, which probably 2014 and 2015 were the most successful years of Westminster football. We made it to the state semifinals in 2014. We won the state championship in 2015. And Tyler was a huge reason for our success.
Same thing could be said about the basketball team. He was the quintessential teammate that everybody could turn to for reliability, for overcoming the odds, for outworking everybody else. And even after Tyler left this place, having accomplished as much as any student athlete maybe ever has, to watch him continue to come back and to continue to care about the program, the school, what it stands for, what it clearly stood for him, how it motivated him to become the human, the doctor, the role model that he is. We couldn't be prouder of Tyler in general, and we couldn't be more excited for him for this honor.
Along with your brother Blake, it's such a privilege to have the opportunity to congratulate you. You've contributed so much to Westminster, not only athletically, but also as a student here.
Tyler, congratulations, well deserved. I love you, brother, and I know you'll do great things. I guess I need to call you doctor now, but congratulations, Tyler. It's awesome.
Please welcome Tyler to the podium for his induction and remarks.
First, I just want to say thank you for this incredible honor. I will say that when I was first told about this, I also have obligations and was told that I had to forego those because I had to be here for me and my brother. So, but I first of all want to congratulate everybody that's being inducted here. It's been an absolute honor and pleasure to watch you guys play at the next level, because it seems like everybody has, and it's been an absolute pleasure seeing that happen. But growing up as a twin, competition was pretty much a part of everyday life. Whether on the football field, classroom, basketball court, my brother was the quintessential competitor for me, but also was the person that pushed me the most. My dad always preached that when you really don't always have to be your brother's biggest cheerleader, but you're never gonna have to, you never should ever cheer against him. And while that was definitely needed back in the day, I can tell you right now that I'm definitely his number one cheerleader going forwards. I can't begin to express the gratitude I have for so many coaches in my life, going all the way back to Coach Brian at Trinity, to Coach Shea, who also went to Westminster in the back here at NYO, the Braves. But I would not be the person I am today or the athlete I was without those two and many others. But when Blake and I started at Westminster in 7th grade, if anybody asked me what my favorite sport would be, it would never have been football. And that really changed in 8th grade with Coach Morse and Coach Jones. You two taught me how to hit somebody, to not be afraid of it, but it also planted a seed that grew to something that I really loved. And at that point, I would have never expected that we would be able to win a state championship, or I could be able to go on and play sports in college. But for that, I have so many other people to thank as well. Coach Romberg, Coach Wild, Coach Falsetti. The list goes on and on. I can't tell you guys enough how much my relationship with you and the mentorship you provided me over the years has meant to me. And while our relationship started, on the athletic courts and fields, given the fact that I've been able to come back and share some time with you guys since, it's been an absolute pleasure to continue those relationships. But last but not least, I do want to thank my parents. I wouldn't be anywhere without you guys. And as the tough love growing up and the support along the way, it's just, I I could not do a darn thing without you guys, and I hope that I can be a parent someday as half the people you are. So, thanks so much.
Congratulations, Tyler. Keller was a dual sport athlete, earning 3 letters in both golf and football, where he captained teams that achieved remarkable success. He was pivotal in leading the golf team to 3 consecutive region championships and 2 state championships, and he was part of the football team that claimed the state title in 2015. Keller was recognized as the 2A State Golfer of the Year and earned multiple All-State honors throughout his career. Notably, he birdied the last 4 holes of the 2016 state championship to secure low medalist honors and propel his team to victory. Keller remains one of Westminster's most decorated golfers, holding records for scoring averages and tournament wins. He continued his success at Furman University, where he was a 3-time Southern Conference Golfer of the Year and a 2-time NCAA regional qualifier. Keller is currently pursuing his playing card on the Korn Ferry Tour, as well as the Canadian Tour. Please join me in welcoming Keller Harper. We're going to hear from Keller's presenters first, and then Keller's going to join us.
What makes Keller Harper a Hall of Famer is he has a lot of intangibles that a lot of the golfers that we've had come through the program do not display. He's an incredible hard worker. His attention to detail is like no other. He's kind of got that it factor. With him having a background in football and baseball, kind of leads him in a different direction as his approach to the game of golf, as opposed to some golfers who may just specialize in the sport.
I mean, I just think it's really cool that he won state in football and golf, which is pretty awesome. There's probably not a lot of dual sport state champions, not only at Westminster, but he's had so many accolades outside of Westminster. His work ethic is unbelievable, and I know a lot of people who look up to him. I was fortunate enough to not only play with him at Westminster, but at Furman as well, and he was a leader.
His competitive drive is unlike any that I've seen before. Him and I have a lot of similarities because we both played football, and we carried that kind of relationship over from the football field when I coached him to the golf course.
First off, congratulations, Keller. You work harder than just about anyone that I know, and nobody deserves being in the Breithaupt Hall of Fame more than you, even though I'm sure there's a bunch of other great inductees. You'd be my personal favorite, and everyone's rooting for you. I'm trying to kind of follow in your footsteps and see where that goes, but I really hope it works out for you and wish you all the best.
Keller, congratulations on being selected to the Hall of Fame. I'm very proud of you. I know our program is proud of you to be only the 2nd golfer in Westminster history to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. We're incredibly proud of what you've done and where you're going in the future, and wherever that may be. Just know that our program is super proud of you, and excited to see what is next in your next chapter of life.
Please welcome Keller to the podium for his induction remarks.
Thank you all for allowing me to be up here, and I'm just going to take this off. I first want to thank Westminster just for allowing this to happen. This is the first time I've been in this building, and it's pretty amazing. The campus is continuing to expand and develop, and it's cool to see such a great school evolve over the years, so I'm very thankful to be an alum from Westminster. I first just want to I'm so grateful for this opportunity to even be here. And I want to share that first with just my family, my mom and my dad. There's, as I'm sure with all the inductees, there's a lot of things behind the scenes that aren't seen in terms of accolades or accomplishments. And we had a lot of hard conversations at home, just a lot of adversity that I had to go through. And I'm very thankful for them because they helped me stay on a straight path and they gave me strength when I needed it. So thank you, Mom and Dad. And I also want to thank my brother and sister, Smith and Mary Claire. They had to take a back seat in terms of like scheduling and things, as I'm sure a lot of our siblings had to. I was playing football in the fall, so that took away all of our free time in the fall. I played baseball up until 10th grade, and then I played golf in the spring and the summer, along with football in the summer. And we had to, you know, compromise, and a lot of that was based on my schedule, and y'all were very selfless, and I'm very thankful for that because you didn't need to do that for me. I want to next thank my coaches. I'm sorry, y'all, it's very emotional. I have had an amazing coaches here. And one of the coaches that I need to individually thank is Coach Lucas. I remember in 8th grade, and Rankin and Tyler specifically will remember this, we did medicine ball work at 6 a.m. during the weekdays in the winter. And my mom would drive me at 5 in the morning to get here. And I was, as many of us were, we were scrawny and thin, but we needed that mental and physical development to get where we wanted to be. And candidly, I took a lot more pride and put a lot more emphasis in my football when I was in school than I did golf. And the influence that you had, Coach Lucas, on my development as an athlete in general, not just as a football player or a golfer, is indescribable. The accountability that you held us to, the schedule that you held us to, I'll never forget leaving school with my black packet and all the sheets that were in it, and just the development that you and only you provided me and our team. And I've tried to take that into my professional game and into college, and it's something that I take a lot of pride in, and it's because of you and the development that you allow me to undergo here along with my teammates. So thank you very much for that. Finally, Coach Dunn, we are so similar, and I'm so incredibly thankful for you. You are everything a coach is supposed to be. You hold each player, regardless of their productivity, to the same standard. You're so fair. You create the same opportunities for everybody. You have a love for your team, for your players, and for the program as a whole. And to see your dedication day in and day out for our golf team and our golf program is extremely special. And I'll never forget the emphasis that you put on just team equality, everybody being the same. You're unbelievable. And I have a story that I want to share about Coach Dunn. As you said in the video, we both played football, and I'm very thankful to have been a part of the football program here and to be near so many great coaches and so many great teammates. I just can't even, it's innumerable how many amazing people are associated with the football program here. It was 2014, so our junior year, and we were playing at Central Carrollton in the second round of the playoffs. And it was right at the end of the third quarter, and I got hit really hard by a guy using the term running the alley, which Rankin Woolley, who's coming up here in a minute, did as a safety as well as anyone I've ever seen. And whenever I see someone run the alley on TV, I always think of Rankin, and you're a great one. I just wanted to throw you in there. But I got hit by someone running the alley so hard that his helmet came off, not even mine. And I landed on my shoulder, and I popped up and kind of like rolled my shoulder back, and I heard a really loud pop. And I knew my collarbone was broken. And I guess just by the grace of God, I was able to finish the game. And we went on like a 13-minute drive and scored. And we ended up winning. But I tried to keep it low just to see if maybe it didn't break, even though I knew it was broken. And what happened was it broke inward. So Dr. York, who was our sideline doctor, felt it and said, "Oh, it's fine," but it broke inward. So we had to get an x-ray. So, but I remember going back to, we were at Central Carrollton, which was an unbelievable atmosphere, and we were able to get a win, and it was really special. And we got in the buses and came back to Westminster to campus here, and we all, did our usual, get out of the bus and get changed and get ready to go home. Sorry, I know I'm running a little long here, but so I was kind of quiet just because I didn't want anyone to, think I had a broken collarbone and was out for the season, but which I was. But I promise I'm getting the coach done. But we all left, and it was late at night, past midnight. So I got in my car and started driving home. And I was on Wyuka Road, if any of y'all know where that is, pretty far from here. And at that point, all the adrenaline had drained, so my left arm was up on the kind of the window, and I couldn't move it. And Coach Dunn popped up on my phone, and he said, "Where are you?" And I said, "I'm driving home." And he said, "Come back to Westminster right now." And I said, "Why do you need me back there?" And he said, I need to look at you and see if you're okay." And so I turned around and drove like 15 minutes back to Westminster, and I drove in behind the back at Turner Gym, if y'all know where that is, and there's a curb with a red line on it that has all of our kind of senior paw prints on it, and there was no one there except for Coach Dunn and Donna, our trainer. And the fact that y'all stood there and waited for me, there was no other cars there except for y'all's 2 cars and mine, and my collarbone was so broken, and I could not even move my arm. And y'all decided to stand there and wait for me when I came in. And I'll just never forget that. I'm sitting there watching both of y'all look at me and see if I was okay. I'll just never forget that. Coach Dunn, that just shows how good of a coach you are and how amazing of a person you are to wait for me like that. And just to be so selfless at that time of night with your kids at home. And Donna, the same to you. You were amazing. You were always so selfless with your time. And without people like y'all, this school wouldn't be what it is, and this athletic program wouldn't be what it is. So that's just a really special group of people, and I'm thankful to be here with y'all tonight, and thankful to share the stage with so many great athletes. And I almost don't even feel worth being up here compared to some of the things that y'all have done. It's pretty amazing, and there's a great group of people here. So thank y'all very much.
Congratulations, Keller. Next, we honor Hannah Morgan, class of 2016, a multi-sport athlete. Hannah excelled in basketball, volleyball, and soccer, earning 4 varsity letters in each sport. As a senior captain in basketball, she led her team to 4 consecutive state tournament appearances, scoring 1,508 career points and setting records for most three-pointers in a season. In volleyball, she was a consistent performer, while in soccer, she also stepped up as a starting goalkeeper, leading her team to a state championship. Recognized as Westminster's best female athlete of her class and a 2-time Tommy Quinn Eve Basketball Award recipient, Hannah's impressive stats and leadership have left a lasting impact on the program. Let's hear from some of her presenters now.
Hannah has a work ethic like nobody else. From a young age, I knew she was going to be something special just because she has what we call want to. You know, some people call it passion, some people call it discipline. I've always just referred to it as want to. Hannah wanted it more than anybody else did. She would outwork you. She was a gym rat. She was always in the weight room. Didn't care if the guys were in there either. Some girls would be like, oh, I want a girls class. Hannah didn't care. She could probably outlift half of them. Anyway, she just always had want to.
I had a rare privilege to be both her father and a coach in a parallel program that she played in that was her heart and soul, which was basketball. And really what she did in basketball at Westminster, she started even in 6th grade in soccer at Top Hat. We went to a tournament and she got shoved around pretty good by the more physical players. And so the very next Monday, she ended up in the weight room with Eric Lugas going, I got shoved around at a soccer tournament. I need to get stronger. And Hannah's one of those people who's way over there at the end of the spectrum for mastery of this beautiful game and this beautiful sport. And I actually, as a coach and a human being, learned from my daughter, both as a human and an athlete, that that's the end of the spectrum that we all need to be if we're going to do meaningful things and find great joy in the things we choose to value most. So as a dad and a coach both, that's what I'm most grateful for Hannah for, and why I think she's being honored and being brought into this Breithaupt Hall of Fame, which, by the way, was her stated goal in 6th grade. As we walked down the hallway, she said, Dad, I want to be on that wall with all those amazing Wildcats that came before me.
Hannah, I am so proud of you and who you are. This is such a well-deserved award for you. I pray that the hard work and the ethic that you used to come to all of our athletics with, that you take that into your life, into your marriage, into your family, into your job, that you never lose confidence in who the Lord has designed you to be. And I'm so proud of you.
Hannah, congratulations. Your journey toward this, accomplishing a goal based on the way you honored the process, has meant so much to me, so much to your mother, and it's shown me so much about understanding how to accept what we have to accept and live with it, and how to change what we can change with our work and our devotion and our discipline. You deserve this. Love you, baby. So happy to have this opportunity to experience it with you.
Please welcome Hannah to the stage for induction and remarks.
First of all, congrats to all my other inductees today. I think I can speak for all of us when I say it's really special to be, included with all the other 2016 graduates. I really feel like our senior year in particular was just a really special year that we all got to enjoy and grow and change Westminster's athletic program together. So I just want to say thank you in general. It's really an honor to be included in the Breithaupt Hall of Fame here at Westminster. Again, today is made even more special by getting to be inducted with so many of my peers from the class of 2016 who made such a long-lasting impact on athletics here at Westminster. As my dad already stole my thunder, ever since I started my sports career here in the 7th grade, middle school basketball, being a part of this Hall of Fame has been a dream of mine, and I'm so thankful and grateful to get to be included with all of these wonderful other athletes. Special thank you to everybody who made today happen. I appreciate all the time and effort you have all put in to make today so meaningful. I know a lot goes into it, and we really, really appreciate it. Secondly, thank you to all my coaches, but a special thank you to Heather Carvis, Jonna Braden, Coach T, and Coach Lugas. I'm going to take a little sidetrack here to tell a story about Coach Braden. I can't remember what year exactly this was, but we were in a practice and we were doing a drill. And I could not get this drill right. And to say I threw a tantrum would maybe be an understatement at the time. And Coach Braden looked at me and told me to get off the court, to go out the door and leave. And so instead of running like she told me to, I stormed off the court and walked out the door. And instead of just letting me get away with that behavior, she followed out after me and called me out on it right then and there. And I was just so competitive. I just couldn't help myself at this age. And we really had this, she stopped practice and we had a 5-minute conversation where she really reached out to meet me where I was at. And that really just developed one of the most meaningful relationships that I've ever had with a coach. And I felt really seen, but also she held me accountable. And I think that was the turning point for me as both an athlete and a leader. So thank you for that. I would not be the same woman I am today without the way all of my coaches have shaped me throughout my time at Westminster. Lastly, I want to say thank you to my parents for providing me the opportunity to attend Westminster, because I know it's not always an easy thing, and for always encouraging me to pursue my dreams in both sports and all other facets of my life. I know you guys have made a ton of sacrifices over the years, whether it be driving 9 hours to take me to a basketball tournament, all the many tournaments we went to, and just for the money and the time, really the time. So thank you guys for that. Finally, I'd like to thank God, because I wouldn't be here today or the person I am today without him and all the blessings that he's given to my life. When I think back on my time at Westminster, I first and foremost think of my time as an athlete, to the many games played, friends made, and the bus rides full of laughter and fun. Westminster is truly such a special place where academics are held in high regard, but sports and who you are as a person matter just as much. This place always has been and always will feel like a second home to me. Between playing in 4 volleyball state championships, winning our first basketball state playoff game and making the Sweet 16 in many years, and coming into playing goalie my senior spring to win a soccer state championship, there is so much that I look back on fondly in my time here. These were some of the most special and formative years of my life, and I'm eternally grateful to have been a Westminster Wildcat. Thank you.
Congratulations, Hannah. Now let's introduce Caroline Welsh, class of 2016, a standout in volleyball. Caroline earned 4 letters and served as team captain in her senior year. She was instrumental in leading her team to become area champions from 2012 to 2015 and to the state runner-up position during those same years. Caroline's impressive accolades include being named GVCA 3A Player of the Year and earning all-state recognition all 4 years. A member of the USA Select A1 team, she was also named to the AVCA Under Armour All-America second team in 2015. With a career total of 1,805 digs, Caroline holds the record for the most career digs at Westminster and ranks high in several other categories. She continued her volleyball journey at the University of Illinois. Let's hear from some of her presenters.
Caroline was a libero for us for 4 years, starting player all 4 years, but she was a game changer for us. She was a player that, in volleyball, you have a player that comes in with a different jersey, and that suited her well in the fact that she stepped out there and she was always on the backcourt, creating opportunities for us to score.
Her attitude, her work ethic, her dedication. But one of the biggest things is watching her play was her calming influence. You know, like when things got going a little bit crazy, or if they're going really good or, you know, going the wrong way, that she would get out there and just settle everything down. She never got too high or too low, and she always kept that even keel, and her teammates kind of resonated with that.
Hey, Caroline, it's Coach Braden. Love you to pieces. You know that. I want to thank you for all of what you poured into the Westminster Wildcat volleyball program. You left an imprint that allowed this program to continue to flourish. You not only left an imprint, you gave so much to what we did together. I feel fortunate. I'm such a better person and coach because I've had that opportunity to be a part of your journey. But I do know without question that they broke the mold. They definitely broke the mold with you. I am also so grateful. The courage that you've shown me over the years and the desire to be the best you can be, but also having just that inner just joy and love for people and this sport touches my heart beyond measure. Thank you, dear. God bless.
Caroline, Coach Luke is right. I want to congratulate you on this incredible honor. It's well-deserved and well-earned. And, you know, I was always proud of you and enjoyed seeing you play while you were here. And I'm excited to be part of this, you know, induction ceremony for you. Honored to do it. And I just wish you nothing but the best as you continue forward in your career.
Please welcome Caroline to the stage for her induction and remarks.
Hey, hi everyone. Thank you so much for this incredible honor. I'm so happy to be standing here today with all my classmates and teammates, friends, and it's just so amazing. I don't know, very excited. Okay. Being here tonight, I'm filled with gratitude, pride, and a rush of memories from my years with the WCATs. Each year with my teammates was marked by our team slogans: "Show goes on," "Radioactive," "Power Rangers," and "Going to battle." These weren't just words, they were our guiding principles, reminding us who we wanted to be on and off the court. Although we were state runner-ups all 4 years, in the end, the greatest reward was the journey we shared and the bonds we built as teammates and friends. I want to thank my coaches, John and Braden, Colin Mackey, T. Billups, and Eric Lucas. You not only made showing up to practice a joy, but also challenged us in ways that made us better athletes and, more importantly, better people. Now, with a bit more perspective, I see how much heart and dedication it takes to show up every day with that same compassion and commitment, and I'm deeply grateful for the example you all set. To my parents, there really aren't enough words to express my gratitude. You opened every door I could imagine and sacrificed so much to support my love of this game. The journey to this moment is one we took together. I'm also incredibly thankful to my brothers who were with me through every high and low this sport brought. Even as life got busy and they were off on their own adventures, their presence and love were always a safe haven for me. Anyways, thank you again for this incredible honor. I'm so honored and I'm so proud to be a part of this family. Thank you.
Congratulations, Caroline. Now let's introduce Rankin Woolley, another member of our class of 2016. A standout in both football and baseball, Rankin earned 4 letters in football, where he was a 2-way varsity starter at quarterback and defensive back, contributing to the 2015 3A state football state championship. In baseball, he made history as one of the most decorated players in the program, holding multiple career records, including hits and RBIs. His accolades include the Charlie Brake Most Valuable Football Player Award and multiple All-State honors, and Westminster's Outstanding All-Around Athlete, culminating in scholarship to Auburn University. Rankin's remarkable college career saw him play in the College World Series with LSU and lead Auburn to a College World Series appearance as well. Let's hear from some of Rankin's presenters.
Rankin is probably, and I've been the head football coach at Westminster for 33 years, so it's hard to just put a player in a category alone. But Rankin is probably the best football player that I've ever coached at Westminster. And I know that's hard to say, so I want to be specific in how I say this. I would say he's probably the best football player I've coached in a game situation. When the lights are on and the game is on the line, that's when Rankin steps up.
Incredibly competitive, right? And competed against himself constantly, worked so hard and practice and in drill works. And then he was the guy, right, when the lights were brightest and it was the biggest stage, he's the guy who led us and rose to the occasion. I think that's what I'll always remember, right? The ball seemed to find him in the most important moments. And time again, he kind of put all of us, teams, coaches, community on his back and made incredible plays. This is a guy that had every plastic trophy from youth, baseball, and other sports anyone could want. He had people been telling him he was the greatest thing since sliced bread his whole life because he was on the field. I was always struck by, given all that and how much pressure he put on himself, what a good team competitor he was. And he led us in baseball. So his junior year, he set the school record for home runs. And one of the things Rankin embraced and became not good at, but great at, was bunting for base hits. There are a lot of baseball coaches that would flat out call me an idiot for asking a guy who has the school home run record to bunt for hits, but he loved, after somebody else got a big hit or after somebody else hit a home run, to lay down a bunt for a hit to start the rally. And it's such a team first decision. And he would do it without me asking.
Buongiorno, Rankin. Congratulations on your induction into the Sports Hall of Fame. I'm greeting you from my palatial estate here in Italy. And I was so happy, so honored to get the chance to talk about some great memories. I'll never forget when the sound system didn't work at our banquet and you put on Teenage Wasteland by The Who after just reading the room. And later in life, defenses and offenses are great, but reading people and understanding people and leading people are what you always exhibited. So we're very proud. Congratulations to you and the rest of your teammates and so forth. Have a great night.
Rankin, it's been so much fun reminiscing and thinking about all the stories and time we shared together. We certainly spent lots of time together between football and baseball at Westminster. Thank you for letting me be your coach and for being willing to listen and learn. It was certainly my pleasure, and I couldn't be more excited for you and humbled by being able to be your coach. Congratulations, Rankin. Well deserved.
Hey, Rankin, I'm so excited for you to be inducted into the Westminster Athletic Hall of Fame. You're being inducted with a lot of great players that helped you win the state championship in 2015, not only in football, but in baseball. What an accomplishment. I always joke about with you that practice wasn't what you were excited about during the week, but when the lights came on Friday night, there wasn't a player that I've ever coached that wanted to win as badly as you did. And you always put the team on your back and you showed them what it's going to take to be successful. You were such a catalyst. They knew if they followed your leadership, if they did what you asked them to do, we would be successful. Not many players have that ability, but you had it. They call it the it factor, and you had that. So Rankin, again, so excited for you to be in the Hall of Fame, and I'm proud and privileged to say that I was your coach.
Let's welcome Rankin for his induction and remarks.
No, I did not love practice that much. Partially because I got to hang out with Donna in the training room. That's a little bit more fun than practice. It's great to see all of you. That was a couple pounds ago, for sure. It's definitely gained a couple since then. Or hit the weight room, Coach Lucas. But no, really, congratulations to all of you. What an awesome event, down to the catering staff and everybody down there. They put on an unbelievable event for all of us tonight. I want to thank my parents. Couldn't be here without you guys. Dad, all the long drives up to OTP land for baseball. That was a lot of fun. Mom, I promise I could hear you from the stands. Barking at the officials or something. But no, Westminster is something that's always been so special to me. I mean, heck, anytime you tell anybody that you went to Westminster, they all go, oh, like, wow, Westminster, you know, must be all prim and proper. But I like to think of us as a bunch of grinders. I mean, you look at our age group, and to me, not what I was impressed most by you guys was the athletics, but the academics, the ability to be able to do both was something that I was always an uphill battle for, trying to get to. I'll never forget this. I'll mention an academic story. I was at LSU my first year in English class, and I remember being at LSU senior year. I had 10 national merit semifinalists in my class, and they used to do intros with Frank Finswaite, and you read your intros and whatever, and I used to follow up, you know, Neeli Sarda or somebody, and I was like, hey, really, this is great. Needless to say, it wasn't very impressive. But I remember being in that freshman English class and reading my intro, thinking, oh, great, here we go again. And the look on these kids' faces, you would have thought I was Shakespeare. I mean, truthfully. And that was the first moment that I said, you know what? maybe you are a little smart. Maybe you have been prepped well. So yeah, that was something that I'll never forget. Coach Wren, thank you for those kind remarks and the constant internal battle over your bunt playbook. It was quite the uphill battle as well. Coach Romberg, Coach Laney, Coach McGuire, I see everybody out there. Coach Lucas, I see you over there too. I want to thank you all for tonight. It's been incredible. And I think the thing we will probably remember the most from this is how much we beat BT. I think that might be our favorite part in all of this. So with that said, thank you all for this event this night. It's not over yet. Thank you. And to my wife, this is new to me. We got married 2 weeks ago. So to my wife and my, yeah, and my in-laws over there, that would be a long car ride home.
Congratulations, Rankin. Our final inductee of the evening is Coach Mark Cutbirth. Mark dedicated 46 years to our school as a teacher, coach, and mentor, profoundly impacting countless students and colleagues. Renowned for his innovative approach to education and his commitment to the track and field program, Mark led our teams to numerous region championships and 3 state titles. Recognized as a leading voice in Georgia track and field, he has served on the GHSA Track and Field Advisory Committee for decades and was instrumental as a meet official at the 1996 Olympic Games. His technical expertise in all 18 events is unmatched, earning him induction into the Georgia Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Hall of Fame in 2020. Mark's influence extends beyond athletics. His wisdom and character have shaped our community. Let's hear from some of his colleagues.
Mark is the undisputed authority in Georgia high school track and field. When you ever go to a coach's clinic, Mark is the actual instructor instructing the coaches, not just at Westminster, but all classifications throughout the state of Georgia, of how one should conduct themselves as a Georgia high school track and field coach.
Most coaches build their track team around sprinters. Westminster wasn't always loaded with sprinters. And he ended up building the track team around distance runners and field events, and would go out and beat the schools that had wonderful sprinters. And nobody could quite figure out what was going on, And our sprinters they'd score for us, but they weren't going to win state championships year in, year out. Now, we've had some better sprinters of late. But that's how he built the team.
He took my boys under his wings and coached them like nobody had ever coached before. And also, I credit him with both of them being able to go on to college on track scholarships and all, but he was just a super guy, a super coach.
The most fond memory I have, Mark, is our most recent state championship down in Albany in 2024. Our girls were heavy underdogs. We weren't even favored to podium, and the girls pulled off a miracle, defeating one of the greatest girl high school track and field teams in the history of Georgia, which is Druid Hills. They had 2 girls that ran in the Olympics in Paris, and we defeated that team by a couple of points. And Mark, you're not a real mushy guy, but you reached out to me and sent me a text and said, "Gary, job well done." That meant the world to me. That was the most impactful thank you message I've ever gotten in my history of coaching. Thank you, Mark.
Mark, I just want to say congratulations. This is well deserved. You have my utmost respect and admiration. I just appreciate all you did for Dominic and Kelsey. And I remember the summers that you were over here coaching them. You were not teaching summer school or anything, but you took the time to come over here and coach both of them. And I just appreciate it. And when we went out of town to a few of the TAC Junior Olympic meets, you would drive, you would cover all the expenses, and it's just something that I will forever be grateful for you doing, because you didn't have to do it, but you did it, and I just want you to know I certainly appreciate it, never took it for granted, and just thank you so much. And just congratulations, as I said, this is well deserved.
Mark, this is absolutely an overdue honor. I have thought throughout my years of being region secretary and having to make sure that you got the medals for the region track meet and things like that, and watching you perform as a track coach, I have thought that you were just one of the absolute best in track and field that I've seen in my 49 years of education. You do it without bragging on yourself. You did it without bringing much attention to yourself. It's all about the kids. It's about time. It's about you. And congratulations. And I really do think you're the best track coach that I've ever been involved with. Good luck in everything you do in your retirement.
Please welcome Coach Cutbirth to the stage.
Well, just a few things. My calling has always been teaching and coaching. The interesting thing from my 45 years at Westminster, 2 years before that of coaching middle schoolers, and I think those of you who are the athletes this evening will probably agree, the best coaches are also the best classroom teachers. I know as a coach, when I had a fellow colleague come into my room one day, and you know, when you're new in the business, and the catbackers would give us these plaques that would show the state champions we had coached and blah, 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 blah. And so I put them up on my wall. And a colleague came in one day and he was so impressed. I said, look, here's the thing. Not one of those pictures represents the best coaching job I ever did, because it's easy to coach great athletes. That's easy. I'm going to pick on Gary for a minute. Westlake graduate. We kicked their butt by 1 point at the region meet. 93. And that 1 point was not a great athlete, but he made the final in the 300 hurdles and scored a point. So that's what it was really all about. Something I just have to share, because this came to me as a shock. Graduate of 1982. She says, first of all, she apologized for not getting back to me and thanking me in 25 years, which was okay. But to me, this is what teaching and coaching is all about. I'm a plastic surgeon in Southern California, and I do a lot of complicated breast reconstruction. The surgeries I perform require the sewing together of small blood vessels and can last up to 12 hours. The training required to get where I am was 9 years in duration, not including medical school. I would have it no other way. And I credit the discipline you modeled for me as one of the factors that was instrumental in my being able to do this. The reward of applied work and practice, repetition, and delayed gratification. All this I first understood watching you coach. That to me tells why I do this. And I'm sure for everyone else whose name is up here, when you look it over, you'll agree. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Mark. To Matt, Will, Derek, Eric, Blake, Tyler, Keller, Hannah, Caroline, Rankin, and Mark, welcome to the Breithaupt Athletics Hall of Fame. Thank you for being here today, and thank you for allowing us to honor each of you. Congratulations. This concludes our ceremony. We invite all of our inductees and their special guests downstairs to the lobby area of Barge Commons to engage with each other and enjoy some refreshments and heavy hors d'oeuvres. You're also welcome to the homecoming dinner with light dinner foods and beverages before the football game on Shane Plaza. And finally, during the game, you're invited down to the field level in our VIP viewing tent. You and your families are welcome to join us there. Inductees, please feel free to come and take your framed jersey and gift from the front of the room. Thank you all again, and go Cats.